guys, it's Tech Reviews. I am doing a video today for multiple reasons. For one thing, I have been getting an extreme amount of emails requesting that I change my YouTube channel and basically give it away because I haven't been doing a lot of tech reviews. So I decided I'm going to change that. I am going to start reviewing all of my gear that I currently use. I've progressed a long ways in the past two years-ish. All the videos I had done prior to that were just general tech reviews. I think I'm now going to be taking my reviews more in the DSLR video making, such as Dave Dugdale. He's one of my main influences, Philip Bloom as well. And so what I wanted to do today is basically just give a basic overview of the gear that I can possibly review for you guys. So if there's something in this video, oh wow, I haven't seen that before, oh I'd like to know a little bit more about that, I'd be happy to make a review. Now, the reviews that I'm making aren't exactly top of the line, like professional. I don't know everything about these pieces of equipment, but as a intermediate, beginner intermediate, I'd say, DSLR filmmaker, I have a lot of knowledge and things that I've learned over the past few years by doing research, by trying these products out. And now I think my way of giving back to the people who have taught me is to try and teach others as well. So basically all I'm gonna do today is just show you my gear, show you what I have, what I use on a regular basis, maybe talk just briefly about some of what I use specifically the gear for. And before I do that, I just wanna talk about like how I have acquired this gear, or you know, what I do with it in general. So a couple of years ago, I took a few video classes in high school. Then in college, I came in and took another advanced video making class, and it's kind of been a passion of mine. So I basically just took a risk. I put an ad on Craigslist. I said videographer available to film or photographer. I didn't know what direction this was going to take me, and I just went for it. At that time, I had the XTI. Very soon after, I upgraded to the 60D, but it was risky for me because I did not have a whole lot of knowledge at that point, and so putting that out there, I was a little bit nervous. But quite frankly, I got quite a few hits. Craigslist, I would highly recommend putting it in the barter section. Make sure you don't include any prices in there because it will get flagged. But most people I talk to don't think I'm bartering. They are willing to pay me. Obviously, this isn't top of the line, like these aren't top of the line gigs or anything. They're pretty low budget, but I have been able to finance some pretty awesome gear, whether that's through doing wedding videos or short commercial shoots, photo shoots for a family, or you know, just their kids or whatnot. And needless to say, not all of this gear is paid off. In fact, about 5,000 of it has not been. However, with the shoots I have lined up for this summer, it is expected to pretty much all be paid off, except a couple $100. Just hoping one more wedding comes in, pretty much. So without further ado, let's get started. My main camera here, the Canon 5D Mark III. I'm not going to talk at all. I've got to be really good about that. I'm not going to talk about this gear. All I'm going to do is tell you what I have, and let me know if you want to see a review on it. So I've got the Canon 5D Mark III. Also, a review I've done several years ago. I ended up selling that lens to my dad, and I rebought it because it's such a great lens. The Tamron 28-75. I would definitely like to eventually upgrade to the 24-70L Canon 2.8. But all the reviews I've seen, this is it's a pretty good lens comparably. Sharpness for video is right up there, and for me, I just haven't seen the necessity to pay either like $800 more on top of the little bit I'll get for this one, or like $1,700 to get the new version 2 24-70. This is my pride and joy, along with the 5D Mark III. This is the Canon 70-200 2.8 IS2. It's a tank coming from the F4 IS. It wasn't a huge jump. I kind of worked my way up, and that's how I've done it a lot with a lot of these lenses. Actually, the lens that I'm shooting this video on, I'll throw a clip in there. It's the Canon 16-35. Actually, the video I'm filming this review on or this kind of dialogue narrative, is the Canon 16-35 2.8L version 2. I just got this a few days ago. I'm actually using this microphone right here, which I'll talk about just in a second, but I just wanted to show you guys. Way out of focus there. Yeah. That's the 16-35 on my backup T3i camera. So overall, it's a solid lens. I'm going to do a 16-35 2.8 Mark II versus the 17-40. I have looked and looked, and I haven't actually seen that many video reviews between the two lenses. I've heard a lot about it, and that's why I upgraded, but as far as videos go, I have not seen many at all. All right, so let's get going. We've got a lot of gear here, fortunately for me, I guess. Next thing, we have the Zacuto Z Finder Pro. I didn't get the EVF, the electronic viewfinder, but this is a 2.5 magnifier. It fits right on the back of the 5D Mark III on this adjustable plate right here. I use that a lot when it's outdoors and when I'm outdoors and it's sunny. All right, let's keep going. Also have the T3i, which we're filming this on. Have the 51.4 upgraded from the 1.8 about 5 months ago, probably. I'm really glad I did. In terms of video, the rack focusing you can do with this wheel is way better than the 1.8, the nifty 50 plastic. But don't get me wrong, that is a great starter lens, and it did a lot for me. Next up, we have the defocus and the Chinese, I believe it's Chinese, rail system here. I initially got the focus puller for the Chinese version, worked terribly, had to return it. So I got this DJ focus, or the defocus, excuse me. It works a lot better, and I can do a review on this if you guys want. Next up, we have the Shure SRH 940 headphones. These were kind of a whim for me. I'm now in college at the University of California, Davis, and I knew I needed a good pair of headphones for monitoring audio, but I also wanted a pair of headphones that I could just listen in my room, and so I wouldn't have to bump the music too loud at night. So I got these. Also turns out that these are very good for audio production and video production as well. In terms of listening just like out of your iPod, they're not going to be quite as enjoyable, bassy, is what I've been told, as headphones such as the Beats or the Bose headphones, because what these have is a flat EQ. So you're hearing exactly what the artist was recording. So pretty cool. I just have this tied up here. Next up, the NTG3, which, as I mentioned just a moment ago, is what is recording us right now. I have got so flippin' much gear. I could be here all day. Step-up ring. Random, I know. We also have some flash transmitters. I also have the Canon 430 EX2. Like I said, I've spent about $11,000 and I still have about $5,000 to pay off. But with the shoots I have lined up this summer, I am not worried one bit. All right, next up, this is my trusty Sachtler Ace Tripod. I got this on eBay. I got it for about $450, I believe. No, it was higher, like $480. It is a solid tripod. Coming from a Manfrotto 701 head with these junky little legs, this thing is a beast. It's definitely a bit heavier, but with the adjustability, it's a great, relatively mobile tripod, and it's a really good price. Sachtler is a very reputable company. They have a lot of upper division products used in studios around the world, and so I knew that if I was going to buy a product from the company, even a lower end, I was pretty optimistic that it would be a solid product, having watched many reviews, and it turns out it was. Let's set that there. Next up, we have the Canova. Whoa. We have the Canova K2, excuse me, the Canova K2 slider. I went from the Indie Slider Mini, upgraded to the Canova, much happier. Not that I wasn't happier with the Indie Slider Mini, but this has the ability to do many how do you put it, like oblique, like sideways shots if you put on this little level head, whereas the Indie Slider Mini could basically only do flat. So this, I can mount it like this on my Sachtler Ace and do a vertical slash horizontal move. Pretty cool. Next up, this is just a cheap light stand. Cowboy Studios. I use it with my flash triggers and my softbox. It's really, really cheap. It doesn't stand up very well, but I would love to do another review about my softbox setup. Do that in a little bit. I'll do that in a few days, hopefully. A few months. Whoa. Okay, now this is my Pelican. Because Davis is such a bike-friendly town, look it up if you haven't. I think it's the #1 bike school in the world. I needed something that was very portable and could take one camera, one lens, and then I could just take that cheapo tripod that I'm filming this on in my backpack and head to school. Don't worry about the 5D Mark III getting banged up as I used to when I just put it in a big sock and then a few t-shirts. It's basically just a little head that you can put on the Canova K2 slider. Pretty cool. So it allows you to mount it if your slider's here, and then you can basically just move up and shoot like that. All right, gotta keep going. Also, have the Rode Windscreen 7, I believe it's called. It's about 60, I believe it's about $60. I'm gonna have to, I'll let you know. Just wanna get a quick shot of it. It is a solid microphone. Anyways, there it is. I have it hooked up with an XLR cable running down on the floor to an H4n over there, if you can see that, which is plugged into the wall over there, and then going directly in with, now I do want to definitely show this, it's going in with this little adapter that allows me to change the level of the signal. I believe it's from a line level to like a cord level, something of that nature. I don't specifically know. All right, next up we have this little bag. I bought the girl I bought the T3i from said she took a trip to India and this was just the cheapest thing they had, so kind of cool. Now the audio box. I don't know if you guys can see this. I'll have to do a little more with the 5D3, I believe. Probably can't even see my head, excuse me. So this is the audio box here. I've got a lot of stuff in here. In here, gotta focus there. We've got the Fios adapter, the headphone amplifier, which works very well when you need a little extra gain. I used to use it with my 60D because I had a little setup, but the 60D is gone now and I never reviewed that. Typical cables. Rechargeables. These work exceptionally well in the field. You will go through so many AA batteries using the H4n if you use a phantom power mic, such as the NTG3. Anyways, before I go on, excuse me. This is the giant Squid Lav. I believe it's about $45, or it was when I bought it. The demand for that just keeps going up, but anyways, it is a solid lavalier for a very reasonable price. Alright, so we'll close that up. Now in here, we've got a Rode VideoMic Pro, which sorry I can't focus with this holding it too, but it's a solid microphone. Use that a lot at weddings. Little V bracket here. Little furry for the H4n if I ever need to get ambient outdoor noise. This is basically a cold shoe adapter for the NTG3. I have used this only one time. It was about $46. I would not buy it again. Pretty much a waste of money in my opinion. Now, lastly, I want to talk about the items in the front of this pouch. So I'm gonna have to turn it over. That always happens with this toolbox. Not exactly sure why. So, headphones, we've talked about those. Very good for monitoring. Then we have this little Low Pro, I believe they call it their #1 pouch. Fits the 16-35, the Tamron 28-75 beautifully. Also fits the Canon L17-40 as well. Alrighty. Now, quickly, I just want to talk about how many batteries I have. I have about, let's show you guys. I have about 10 batteries in total. Way too many. Reason for having so many is that they're really cheap for the 5D. Way more cost effective than buying the 5D Mark III. Now, do they work better? Not all the time. I find some of the charges are actually better than others. But overall, they are pretty good. Also have a T3i battery in here. I should have one more actually. Yeah, that's right, it's hiding. Just a few flash drives there. Now I want to review this Pelican case, not right now, but I will later. It's the Pelican case right here. It just holds all your cards neatly. Basically what I do is I have 6 cards. Actually I have 7, technically. But when I use a card, I put it on this side, that means it's done, and then I shoot, put another one in there, and then put it back in here on that side. So we go from left to right. Okay. Lastly, just like, you know, just lens cleaning kit. You can see that here. You know, just typical stuff. Also going to be doing a review of the Canon 17-40 L f4 and the 16-35 L version 2 Canon lens. So, thank you for watching this. If there was anything in this video you saw, you're like, oh wow, I haven't seen a review on that, or I want a different perspective, leave a comment, message me, let me know, and I'm going to be doing a few more reviews on all this gear. Thanks a lot, and have a great day. Thank you very much.